it! It's done! It's done, guys! It's done! The prototype is freaking done! Oh, heavens to Betsy! It's done. I'm really happy about this. If you couldn't tell, I don't know if you could tell. It took so long, because God, how long did it take? I started in what? See, I started like honing in on all the development, like it's looking back on my YouTube video, it's like 8 months ago. And then, you know, I officially announced the prototype like only a month ago, but I think I started the prototype back in March, or maybe February. I think it was at the end of February. And it's been a whole year since I like announced this project in general and that I was going to start it. And it just feels so weird. I feel like I've gotten so much progress done and I didn't think I was actually gonna get this far with it, you know? And that's been extremely exciting and relieving to me, because what it tells me is I'm deeply passionate about this project. That passion's not going anywhere, and I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm creating a story, and I'm excited to share it with you all, really. But anyways, let me talk about the prototype a little bit. Sins of Lily. Now, I had announced that the game was going to be called Until You're Mine, but it didn't actually feel that appropriate for the whole purpose of the game. And later down the line, you will learn why. I think Sins of Lily feels a lot more in tune to the whole purpose of the game, and so that's how I'm gonna keep it. It's just that is like the official game name forever. Now let's see. I'm gonna talk about the progress, like the whole process of it. Working on this game, about 50% of the time felt like I'm speedrunning it, just checking for as many bugs as possible. It was so tedious having to go through the game, and like I didn't add any shortcuts, so I would have to go through like the specific route I was working on and like just speed run click everything and just see if anything goes wrong. And it would, like 90% of the time something would be wrong and I would have to fix it. But as I kind of like moved throughout the routes, like working on each one, I started getting a lot faster and learned a little bit quicker on how to like appropriately approach things, or I would immediately know, oh, I know what's wrong. It was like some random like variable as in like a certain number that would affect an outcome. I'd have to go and check and be like, oh, well, no wonder I set it to like 1,000 when it was supposed to be variable 1. And then there was music. I at this point I'd just given up on the music aspect. Like, there's still music in my game. I composed some pieces. They're not amazing, but I'm still very proud of them. And I was able to correspond them with most of the backdrops, but with the way I set up the way the music plays, and I have like a little icon at the bottom of the game that like allows you to mute and unmute the game. It just, there are points when you're playing and you want to, you know, mute the sounds, mute the music, and it'll mute the song, you know, but until you switch to a next backdrop that plays a different song, then it kind of like it starts playing that song instead of like muting it, like how it's coded. But obviously I didn't code it very well, and I just gave up because it's a prototype. I don't care. If it was a demo, that would be a completely different story. But anyways, yeah, so I made some pieces of music, and that was a whole like interesting process of its own, and I've learned that I actually really enjoy creating music, and that was really relieving to me because I've always been afraid of music. I used to play in orchestra. That's actually how I met my husband, was through like middle school orchestra. But towards middle school, I started to really hate orchestra. I started in elementary school, and I was just like, I didn't like it. So going back into it, it was really strange, and exciting. I used GarageBand for this, and I was really shocked about how easy it was to just like record your own pieces and edit it and stuff. And obviously GarageBand isn't perfect. I'm sure there are better programs I could be using, but for it being free, it was really nice. And yeah, I'm really happy about how they turned out. They're not perfect, but they're kind of cool. I like them. Another funny thing was, I'm going to be posting a walkthrough, whether that be through this video or not. This is kind of like past recordings, so I don't know how I'm gonna I don't know how I'm gonna interject this update with what other updates are coming up within the next few days while I work on this video. But as you watch my walkthrough, you will see that the sprites and the backgrounds are extremely messy, and that's because I used a mouse to draw everything. Normally I use my drawing tablet, but I'm lazy, and especially when it comes to something that's supposed to be not refined, but just a demonstration, basically. I didn't want to freaking bring out my drawing tablet that connects through a cord to my computer, and it's a little bulky, and I didn't want to go through that process, and I just took out my mouse, and I drew. I drew all the sprites. So some of them look really so they look really kind of like either scary or just, like I said, half-assed. And there are some sprites that are a little nicer, and I did use the drawing tablet because I felt like it, okay? I felt like it, and it felt good at that point, in that moment. Anyways, yeah. Alright, this is future Keka, and the game has been playtested. There were several bugs I had to fix, but the overall feedback for the game was actually pretty positive. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So big thumbs up. Big thumbs up.